Miracles will start happening in your life if you learn to listen to your inner voice and intuition. We've been given a special inner compass that guides us toward what's right for us. When we're about to make a mistake, this inner bell sends us warning signals, and when we're on the right path, we feel joy and warmth. Think about how often your inner voice has spoken up. Have you ever felt a nagging sense of doubt when reaching for a midnight snack? Or sensed that someone was lying to you, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on why? Maybe you felt a surge of relief and warmth when you decided to prioritize your own needs and move on from a situation that wasn't serving you. Imagine being able to hear your inner voice, recognize its signals, and trust its guidance. After watching this video, you'll get a clear roadmap with 9 practical steps that will show you exactly what to do and what to steer clear of. Miracles will start unfolding in your life every day, and you'll be surprised by how easy and enjoyable it is to make decisions when you trust that they're guiding you toward happiness and love. Hey friends, what if you didn't have to spend hours searching for effective money meditations on YouTube? You can simply download the Mind Power mobile app for free. It's packed with the most powerful practices collected over 22+ years by a top-tier Mind Power expert, best-selling author, and self-made millionaire. Just ask Jerry, who doubled his income in only 3 weeks after using the app. I'm completely floored. Just believe in these meditations 100% and you'll be absolutely stunned by the results. Everyone needs this secret weapon in their life. Or take Natalia, who downloaded the app and is thrilled about listening to her meditations anywhere, anytime. No internet required. Before, I was stuck with YouTube meditations that I'd constantly lose track of. I'd even screenshot the titles to find them again, but still ended up losing them. You don't even need Wi-Fi. Just download your favorite practices beforehand, and you're good to go. Download the app from the Apple Store for iPhones and from Google Play for Android devices, and enjoy. Now let's focus on the inner voice, or what Louise Hay calls the inner bell, and how to tap into it in your daily life. This term originated in her books, and the techniques we'll explore are inspired by her work. From a young age, we're taught to tune out our feelings and trust logic instead. We often hear messages like, "Don't be mad," "Stop sulking," or "It doesn't matter what you want" from parents, teachers, and other influential adults in our lives. It's like we're conditioned to believe that what's rational and normal matters more than what we're actually feeling inside. And over time, we lost touch with our bodies and forgot how to trust our feelings or even recognize them. Many adults struggle to tell the difference between anger and resentment, fatigue and irritation, or joy and relief. We've lost the internal compass that nature gave us to navigate life, and now we're stuck trying to figure out what's good for us and what's not. Even today, intuition, feelings, dreams, and other forms of inner knowing are often dismissed as unrealistic or unscientific. But whether society acknowledges it or not, these things are real and they exist. It's better for us to learn to listen to ourselves and our bodies rather than living in a way that ignores them, which can ultimately lead to harm. Louise Hay shared an amazing story about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah always credits her intuition and inner voice for guiding her decision-making process. When her team presents her with reports or ideas, she listens with her heart. And it's this approach that's helped her make some of the most pivotal decisions in her life. Here's what Oprah recommends. When you're unsure about a decision, take a step back, calm down, and don't rush into anything. Instead, quiet your mind and tune in to your inner self. Listen for that gentle voice within. It will guide you toward the best decision for you. Feelings, emotions, and intuition. Learning to understand yourself without getting caught up in others. Ever feel like something's off, but you can't quite pinpoint what it is? On the surface, everything seems fine, but inside you're feeling uneasy, like something's eating away at you. Or on the flip side, without any obvious reason, you suddenly feel a sense of lightness, calmness, and joy. It's not random. Your feelings are trying to tell you something, and often they know more than you're willing to acknowledge. Feelings, what you might call gut instinct. Feelings can be subtle, almost imperceptible. Take meeting a new guy. On the surface, he's perfect, well-groomed, polite, and articulate. But deep down, something doesn't feel right, warning you to be cautious. You brush it off, thinking, "What's wrong with me? He's perfect." Fast forward 6 months, and it turns out he's been lying all along and has taken advantage of you financially and emotionally. Your feelings serve as an internal compass. Listen to them, and you'll make better choices. Ignore them at your own risk. Emotions, a tempest, not yours. Ever find yourself walking down the street feeling okay, when suddenly a wave of sadness washes over you? Or maybe you're shopping, and out of the blue, you start feeling anxious. What's behind it? Take Helena's experience. She walked into a cafe one day and within minutes felt a pang of sadness and heartache. She was baffled until she noticed a woman at the next table quietly crying on her phone. As soon as Lena left, her feelings lifted. It got her thinking. How many times had she mistaken someone else's emotions for her own? You might be unknowingly picking up on others' emotions. This isn't about being gifted or cursed. It's simply something to be aware of. Emotions can be contagious. If you're constantly feeling drained, take a step back and ask yourself, are these feelings really mine? Your intuition, a quiet inner voice. Intuition is that quiet yet confident nudge that comes to mind without explanation. You just know what's right. It doesn't debate with you or demand justification. It's simply there. Take Kate's story, for instance. She was about to get married to a caring and stable guy who had her parents' approval. Everything seemed perfect, but she couldn't shake off a nagging feeling inside. On the day she was finalizing the wedding venue, she woke up with a strong sense that she was making a mistake. It's just nerves, she told herself. In the end, she got married, and a year later she was divorced. It turned out her husband was cold, and her initial doubts were that whisper of intuition she had ignored. Trusting your intuition isn't mysticism. It's trusting yourself. If your gut is telling you, don't go there, don't agree to this, or this person isn't being honest, don't immediately write it off as anxiety. Maybe deep down you already know the truth. Physical signals. Your body doesn't lie. Your body often reveals the truth before your mind does. For example, you might get a headache when talking to someone or feel completely drained after a conversation that seemed harmless. Here's a simple rule to keep in mind. If interactions with someone consistently leave you feeling worse, they're not a good fit. It doesn't matter how much you value the relationship or how nice they appear. If you're feeling drained, overwhelmed, or anxious around them, that's a red flag. Take stock of the people in your life. Are there any energy vampires draining your energy and leaving you feeling depleted? If so, it's probably time to set some boundaries. You don't have to absorb everyone else's problems. Thoughts. Sometimes they're not yours. Here's another thing to consider. The thoughts in your head aren't always yours. Sometimes you're thinking what you've been taught, not what's truly important to you. For example, you might think, I'm 35, single. There must be something wrong with me. But that's not really your thought. It's a societal expectation. If you tune into your own voice, you might realize, I love my life. I'm not getting married just to fit a timeline. I want genuine love. You don't have to buy into every thought that pops into your head. Take a step back and ask yourself, is this my thought, or is it something I've been conditioned to believe? If it's causing you pain, maybe it's time to release it. Words you tell yourself. I once heard a phrase that stuck with me. What you say becomes your reality. At first, it seemed like a beautiful idea, but over time, I realized just how true it is. Think about the way you describe your life. Do you ever find yourself saying things like, I'm always unlucky, men are weak. After 40, your body starts to fall apart. I'll never achieve what I want. Does any of this sound familiar? Now ask yourself, is this really the truth, or is it just a pattern of thinking that's become second nature? Natasha, 35, was convinced that serious relationships are tough. She'd say it every time her love life came up in conversation. And you know what? Her partners would indeed bring problems into her life. One lived off her, another constantly criticized her, and a third bailed when she started talking about a future together. It wasn't until she realized she was shaping her reality with her words that she started to shift her mindset. She began to speak differently. I nurture healthy, loving relationships with ease. I'm worthy of love. And I attract a caring partner. And 6 months later, she met a man with whom it actually felt easy. Pay attention to your words. They're powerful. Your words are your spells. Want to change your reality? Start with the way you speak. Dreams. Messages from your subconscious. Have you ever woken up with the feeling that a dream was trying to tell you something? Our subconscious doesn't speak to us directly, but it leaves clues in symbols. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed dreams are a direct dialogue with the unconscious, and modern research supports this. People with amnesia can't recall their past, but in dreams, memories can return. Take Olga, for example. She couldn't understand why every time her life started to come together it would all fall apart. She had a recurring dream that only seemed to make sense in the darkest moments. She'd be standing in a subway car. The train would be moving, but she'd have no idea where it was headed. After analyzing her dream, it became clear Olga didn't know what she wanted. Her life was an endless journey without a goal. But as soon as she started asking herself a simple question before sleep, "Where am I headed?" her dreams changed. In one of them, she saw herself stepping off the train at a station where a man and child were waiting. And months later, she met someone special and, for the first time, felt like she'd found her place. Try this. Ask yourself a question before sleep. Write it down, and then jot down the first thing that comes to mind when you wake up. Over time, you'll start to decipher the language of your dreams. Patterns that repeat in your life. There are people to whom the universe speaks not in words or dreams, but in events. Take Marina, for example. She complained that all her relationships ended the same way. She'd pour her heart and soul into them, offering support and love, only to be met with coldness or indifference. She'd wonder, why are men like this? But the question wasn't really about men. It was about why she kept choosing the same type of people over and over. When Marina started working through her issues with a specialist, it became clear that her childhood experiences had a profound impact on her relationships. Growing up with a mother who rarely praised her or showed emotional closeness, Marina learned to believe that love had to be earned. As a result, she unconsciously sought out people who made her prove her worth over and over. As soon as she realized this pattern, she started noticing it. A new man entered her life, one who showed her warmth and attention without making her fight for it. And surprisingly, she felt strange, even a little bored. But it wasn't boredom. It was a kind of love she wasn't used to, one that felt genuinely healthy and new. 9 simple steps to learn to listen to yourself and understand the signs. Tune into your feelings. After meetings, conversations, or messaging, check in with yourself. Do you feel better or worse? Distinguish between your emotions and others. If a strong emotion comes up, ask yourself, is this really mine, or is it triggered by something else? Pay attention to your body. It doesn't lie. If interacting with someone leaves you feeling weak and anxious, take note. Question your thoughts. Remember, not everything that comes to mind is true. Stay grounded in your own beliefs, and don't let others' opinions dictate your path. Don't ignore your intuition. It may be subtle, but tuning in can help you avoid mistakes and make better choices. Listen to your words. Pay attention to what you say about yourself, love, and opportunities. If your words are negative, reframe them in a more positive light. Pay attention to your dreams. Write them down and see if any images or themes keep popping up. Notice patterns in your life. What situations or scenarios keep repeating? What can you learn from these cycles? Stay open to new meanings. Sometimes the answers you're looking for come from unexpected places. You deserve to live your life, not one imposed on you. You have the right to your feelings, your truth, and your decisions. Trust yourself. You know more than you think. Subscribe to our channel, The Labyrinth Within, for new mindfulness and self-love practices. And don't forget, the link to download the Mind Power app is in the description. And as a bonus gift, you'll receive my Manifest Your Desire in 30 Days ebook. It's a 30-day guide to help you manifest your desires, and I created it just for you.